Well, law enforcement in La Crosse and La Crescent are getting complaints about large groups of people showing up in parks. Local police officials say resources are at a premium, and these calls also tax their resources.
You may not get a fine for breaking the rules, but News 8 Now's Jordan Frumstead tells us how people's decisions can make life more dangerous for the entire community.
There were things that were okay to do just a short time ago. Now people's health is at risk, and there are rules in place to prevent COVID-19 from spreading. However, there are people who choose not to follow these rules. La-Crosse County Sheriff Jeff Wolf says County Road FA in Upper Hickson Forest receives far more patrol than any other portion of La Crosse County. Captain Jason Melby says there are a lot of complaints from neighbors, especially now.
We've gotten complaints of large groups in the park.
One neighbor told News 8 Now teenagers arrive in high numbers, sometimes with 5 people in one car. This person is concerned these people are placing the neighborhood at risk. Unicast.com tracks people's cell phones and looks at their average distance traveled. Right now, the U.S. has an A rating when it comes to social distancing. La Crosse County had an A on the 22nd. Now it has a D.
So we're seeing this really good trend in trying to reduce our number of cases and slowing down our growth rate. But that was based on when we were being really successful, which is why we want to encourage the public to continue practicing social distancing.
Similar complaints are happening in La Crescent at Old Hickory Park.
When I arrived on scene, it was probably in the neighborhood of 15 to 20 individuals that were out there.
La Crescent Police Chief Doug Stavanaugh says they are trying to deal with these issues.
The police department has a limited amount of staff.
He says Minnesota's governor is leaving it up to each jurisdiction to handle these situations.
The only time that he wants us to cross that threshold to enforcement is when there is blatant disregard and the public at large is being placed at a significant risk.
That doesn't mean people should disregard rules for safety. When officers have no choice but to respond, their health is put on the line.
We don't want to have our officers responding to a situation to have to go and make contact with 30 strangers and have to deal with them in close contact if we don't have to.
It is hard to predict whether groups gathering in a park will put people at risk. The fact is, the longer flattening the curve takes, the longer these rules will stay in place. Reporting on each side of the Mississippi River, I'm Jordan Frumstead, News 8 Now.
And La Crosse County Sheriff and police officials also say they have been successful, though, in getting people to move if they are parked on that road.